couldn't be more different from what we're used to with the particularly the 1/6 scale Hot Toys Batman figures. We've got very limited posability in the past, almost to the point of them being basically statues once time sets in. With my Michael Keaton 1989 Batman by Hot Toys, still looks as good as it did day one, but the posability's just suffered. It was never that great to begin with, but the rubber and the joints in that body underneath the rubber, they just don't seem to want to lift up the arms and hold them there anymore. But this guy, just fantastic posability, and the way the suit's designed. I mean, more details in the full review on the channel, but you can leave him like this and not have to worry about the elbows or the outfit getting damaged. I just think it's a fantastic looking piece. And I repainted the coat. A lot of you may already know that, and there's a bunch of videos on the channel about how that all went and what I used to do it. And I've just ruined Batman's pose. Now you've seen it already, damn it. I mean the other Batman. I'll have to change it now and do a different one. But he looks awesome from the side, especially in this pose. You can basically turn him any direction and it just looks beastly. And let's hit it from the back. You can see all the dirt and grime and the layers of paint that went into getting that coat the color. I checked a bunch of, well, basically just watch the videos on the channel. I don't want to have to repeat myself all over again and just bore the hell out of you. But painting the coat was fun, and yeah, there's about 4 videos on the whole process already up, so check them out. Look at that dirt and grime on the end of the coat there. Savage. He's been through hell. But yeah, the Nightmare Batman is an absolutely fantastic piece. Definitely a keeper for me. I can't really ever see myself parting with this, or, you know, keep him for the long haul. But yeah, really sick piece. Many people have him now. I've seen loads of cool reviews, and it's just been great seeing everyone get hold of this awesome piece. Nightmare Batman. And here's regular suit Batman from Batman vs Superman by Hot Toys in 1/6 scale. Incredible figure. I've been watching a lot of reviews on this guy from newcomers, like, well, new reviewers on YouTube. Really been enjoying their videos, and all the old school OGs. Been checking out their stuff too. And you know, it's pretty much across the board absolute top praise for it. It's just fantastic looking. I mean, I always tend to rock him with the eyes looking to the side. It just brings him to life a little bit more intent in that face, and it's such a sick likeness to Ben Affleck under the cowl. The cowl itself has a really nice texture to it, and I just love it. I haven't done any mods other than cutting a bit of the length off the cape, but I haven't glued down the sort of suit to get the bat signal, the bat emblem in the right position. I just kind of do other little things. There's too much to explain. I spend ages just doing little tiny subtle tweaks just to the posture and trying to get the bulk and the kind of weariness of a Batman who's the age he is and been doing what he's been doing for 20 years and all kinds of injuries and sore joints. I'm sure, you know, he's tired and weary. He's been Batman for a long time at this point. So I always try to, you know, just get him looking a little bit worn out but still beastly. So that's what he's doing here. He's leaning in and he's looking at you thinking, I'm about to beat that ass. Sick boots, sick suit, great posability. No real worries with this guy. Look at that. It's just a 10 out of 10. Figure of the year? I guess so, because there's only one other figure. And I'll just give you a cheeky little look. I don't want to ruin it, but that guy. He's pretty good. Those two. Obviously the Deadpool had all kinds of issues. The batch 1 release. Damn. You know, if you've been keeping up with the channel, done shoot tons of videos about the wrist issue and the devastatingly ugly wrist issue that I had. But now I've got a batch 2 Deadpool. I think that's the one that all the Sideshow collectibles buyers are going to be getting theirs. It's like a batch 2 Deadpool with no problems with the wrist. So that's going to be good for you guys. I don't know that for sure. I'm just assuming. I don't know why Hot Toys or Sideshow Collectibles would allow something they now know to be seriously effed up to be released to all of you guys. I'm pretty sure you're going to get the fixed one. But back to Batman, absolutely sick piece. I love it. And on to Superman himself. Now you may be thinking that's a pretty boring pose, but it's not really a pose. It's more a matter of me wanting to keep everything smooth and no lines and wrinkles appearing in his outfit from the body being moved around and posed. I want it to be totally streamlined. It's such an amazing suit, and Hot Toys did a sick, absolutely ridiculously movie accurate job with the silver sort of paint on the body underneath to give that kind of metallic sort of shine, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a good description, but it's kind of that poster picture that we saw Batman vs Superman with the Superman poster, and then later revealed the sort of Trinity standing there together. It's not the exact position he was in, but it's more or less the same kind of deal. But yeah, absolutely awesome piece. Very good with the posability. Done a showcase video and some other stuff. The True Light review had some cool poses. So yeah, it's not like I haven't posed him. Definitely done quite a few videos on this guy now. I do like it. Great likeness, awesome suit, and really good proportions on the body. The thighs might be a little bit too chunky, but then again, in some shots in the movie, kind of looks accurate. So yeah. Then moving on to the armored Batman. This is the regular version, and I just love it. There are ways that you can get more posability out of this guy, but I've never felt the urge myself. It's fine. I get him in the kind of poses that I need him to be in. I don't really have any issue with it. The black chrome version looks pretty cool, but I definitely prefer this more movie accurate version. Really cool scratches and damage detail. I just love the look of it. The armor is just so awesomely painted. Look at that, all the little scratches and details. Look at that, even the subtle scratches. You got the obvious ones, like the ones you can blatantly see in the center of the screen, and underneath that even more. Just wear and tear. Absolutely awesome figure. Damn shame it didn't come with the spear. And that's all of them together. The currently released Batman vs Superman line. Wonder Woman's still yet to be released by Hot Toys at this point. They are all incredible figures. Very happy to have all of these. Cost me a damn arm and a leg, but it was worth every penny. Still get a hell of a lot of joy out of looking at these beasts. They're all beasts in their own right. Now, as much as space is a major issue for me in this room that I'm currently in, waiting for the bigger room to actually be built. It's going to be a few months yet, but in the meantime, I've just crammed everything into this room, and it is pretty crowded, but I just felt like displaying pretty much everything. There are still a few figures in boxes. Let's see, the Batman Returns Batman is in a box right now, and I'm just displaying the 89 version instead. And there's a few others, but they're not coming to mind right now. But this was an incredible gift from Curtis in Canada. That's Wayne's Butler on YouTube, and major Batman fan. He's got some awesome custom figures on his channel, 1/4 scale stuff from Batman Begins. He's the only one who has it. Awesome collection. But this was a gift from Curtis. It's the Man of Steel figure. I just had to get him on display, even though you've got the new one there, and the suit on the new one is obviously, and the cape, a big improvement. Although this is a cape that Curtis included with the figure, made by Tony May, and is very nice. And you get, with this version, you get the proper heavy metal, or not as in the music, but it's heavy and it's metal. I forget what it's called, the key, basically. The key. Awesome base though. It's the great thing about these deep shelves. I mean, you know, if you have the figure, if you've owned it, you know how big these bases are, but there's still tons of room on these shelves. But yeah, there he is, Man of Steel. Still a fantastic piece, and if you decided to just stick with this one and not get that one, I can dig that, because this is still awesome looking figure. Great likeness still to this day. I can just get that focus happening for you. There we go. Look at that face. Pretty sweet. Just come over here and quickly compare it. There you go. Okay, here he is, Mr. Deadpool himself. I do love this figure, even with all of the trouble. If you know the channel, if you've been following me for a little while now, and the videos I've been putting out, you know that I had some grief with my Deadpool figure, the original one. And then Anthony Sang in Hong Kong, absolute legend. He, no trouble at all, got me another replacement. That one arrived, and Hot Toys had sent one with 2 left-hand side holsters. So I had to go back again. And then I had to wait a little bit longer because he let me know that the third replacement I was going to be getting of Deadpool was actually going to be a fixed version from batch 2 with no problems with the wrists. So that's all been fixed. So again, massive thank you to Anthony Sang, Budget Stark on YouTube. And I've just got him pulling back the, what do you do? I don't know what you call that when you do that with the gun. Pull back the barrel, I don't know. I've never even held a gun. So I don't know what he's doing, but I think that's what you do with it to make it bang and hurt people. So there you go. He's he's got his little duffel bag, which came with the Coup Models Werewolf 1/6 scale figure. When he's in human form, you can have him with his little duffel bag. But I gave it to Deadpool because of the movie. Obviously, he keeps forgetting his ammo. So I absolutely love this figure. As I say, despite the problems I had with it. The version of the figure that I finally ended up with is perfect, and I love it. Let me just get in on the very simple but really, really well executed head sculpt. Blends really well, even though it's plastic or molded, instead of the being the same as the actual suit itself. That would have looked kind of funky, I guess. But you can't tell that it's a different material from far away, well, regular viewing distance. It's just a sick piece. So that's that shelf. Just come back. I have to stand pretty far back to get this. I think the Nightmare Batman pose, as non-surprise as it is, because it's, an obvious one to go for, I think that pose is probably the best one. In fact, Deadpool and Nightmare Batman are the only 2 figures that are actually really posed. The other ones, like Batman here, it's more about just capturing that bulk and the intimidation factor with him. Superman, very stoic and just, the Man of Steel, doesn't really need to do anything. And the armored Batman, kind of moving forward, bringing up that fist, looking for the guy on either side of him. Shouldn't be that hard to find, Batman. He's right there and right there. And Deadpool. Okay, so you've seen the mainly Batman vs Superman shelf with a little bit of Deadpool action on the end. Now the shelf below used to have a whole bunch of other 1/6 scale figures displayed on it, but I had to take them off and put them on another shelf, really cram them in with other stuff, because it was time to display properly the Neca Aliens, and Alien Free figures that I have. They were just all in separate little plastic bags under my bed, just going to waste. And I thought to myself, what is the point of spending the amount of money that I've spent on these so far? And, they're all really great pieces. And for the price, when they're first released, it's really fair deal. I know certain Ripley figures have gone up in price quite considerably, and maybe some other ones have too. But I managed to get them all for a really fair deal. Well, just Amazon basically and eBay. But I just went on a spending spree with these guys. I put it off for a long time thinking, I ain't gonna bother, I've left it too late, I've missed too many figures. But then I looked, and figures like Hicks and Hudson, which I was really thinking I was gonna have to pay through the nose for, they weren't too bad in the end. So I went ahead and picked them up. A couple more have been released recently. I've actually got, she finally turned up. Got Vasquez right here, and she looks amazing. Just zoom in and see how good that face looks. Let me just get in there. Great job on the paint job on the eyes, really stepping up the game. And I'll get you a review on this maybe tomorrow, even though I have noticed my NECA videos really don't get much love. In fact, they get more hate than love, but what can I tell you? I can't afford to buy 1/6 scale figures every week or every month. Oops, just dropped Vasquez, but she's tough, she can take it. And I do like my Neca stuff. I love the company. I think they do really, really excellent work. The 1/4 scale Ninja Turtles that are coming out look insanely good. But I can't, get all of those. I might try and just get Raphael. I think that's the one everyone's going to probably be getting. I know there's some, that's the cool thing about the Turtles. You may think that, like, oh, Raphael's the most popular. But, they're all cool. Michelangelo's wicked. Donatello. Leonardo, he's badass because of his katanas, the swords. I don't know. And then you got the Blitzway Ghostbusters coming out. I can't handle it, man. There's too much stuff. But anyway, there's the amazing Alien Queen. Really, really spectacular figure by Neca. And you've got the really massacred Bishop. Bunch of eggs just to kind of hide the stand a little bit that holds her up. And yeah, the eggs are really well painted. Great detail on those. Do check out the Alien Queen review. There's actually quite a funny bit at the beginning. And there's the dog alien. Probably the best alien that Neca have made, I think. If they made this in 1/4 scale, I would really have to jump on that. I have not got the 1/4 scale Alien Warrior, even though I really would like to have it. I've got to try and, control myself sometimes. I don't have space for it. I do have the 1/4 scale Big Chap, the new one, and it's brilliant. Here is an alien being shot to pieces, and there's all the Marines. Get Fazkaz amongst them soon. Get her out of the packaging. The only reason I haven't... where's she gone? Yeah. Sorry. The only reason I haven't, taken her out yet is because I haven't filmed the review yet, and obviously I want to start the review by showing her in the box, and then, in the packaging, and then take her out of the packaging for the review. Not that anyone's going to watch it, because people hate my Neca videos. I don't give a fuck. I'll still make them. Look at this. Anyway, that's enough of that. They're great figures. All of them. Pretty sick. Let me just pan back. It's pretty sick. So that's how those two shelves look. And now we have the Hot Toys 1/4 scale Dark Knight Rises Batman. One of the figures I consider to be pretty much perfect in likeness, accessories, posability, everything. Great base, even though they have reused it a couple of times now, I think, in different sort of variations. They've added little pieces here and there. I think they used this for an Iron Man 1/4 scale figure and just added something to it. But nice little real metal Batarang there. His boots are great, the outfit is great. You've got the thing with the knees, I suppose, where the knee pads are kind of wonky. You have to keep kind of adjusting them and trying to pull them more to the front of his leg where his knee actually is. But yeah, it's a really, really treasured piece of mine, even though I much prefer the Batman Begins suit, as many of you people are sick of hearing by now, but just in case you're new to the channel, that's where I'm at. I'm all about the Batman Begins bat suit. I just think it's fierce, intimidating, bulky, and operatic, majestic. It's the perfect balance between something that's scary and heroic. It's very hard, I think, to try and balance that, to make someone look heroic and majestic, but also terrifying. And I just take a quick peek at the silhouette that it casts, the side, the sort of side profile. That's the Neca one. There's also the Enter Bay version down there. We'll get to that soon. But yeah, I do love the figure. Great detail on the outfit. And then we got a little Play Arts Kai Tomb Raider figure, which I've actually kind of done a pretty intense sort of weathering blood effect on her, because I just thought she was too clean. And the thing about the little kind of effect that I've added to her with the sort of toothbrush with paint on it and then flicking the bristles towards her to get this perfect kind of spray effect, it kind of hides the joints a little bit as well, which I do like. So I do like that. I thought that was a fantastic game. That's not Rise of the Tomb Raider, it's the first one. And you've got Selina Kyle on The Dark Knight Rises. Let me just get some focus happening for you. That's probably one of my favourite female figures of all time. insane posability. Do check out the many videos on her on the channel. And then we have Tyler Durden from Fight Club. And I have changed the shirt to a black t-shirt that came from Mark16 Republic on Facebook. And I do like the way it looks. However, I may not leave it on him because I'm worried about staining the body and around the neck. But it does look cool. I wanted to not have the glasses on him, but I wanted the glasses to be in there somewhere. So I have him kind of just, you know, casually doing something with his hand, and he's holding the glasses like that. I also tried a bunch of different trousers, jeans, but nothing looked quite right. They were all a little bit too tight. He's got quite thick thighs, this figure. So none of the jeans or combat trousers or whatever I was trying to fit on him would work. So I just had to go back to the stock tracksuit bottoms you get with the figure by Blitzway. And he's an absolutely awesome piece. But at least you get to see him before I change him back to his regular stock outfit. Just give you a few angles. Just come round to the side. I think from this angle it looks absolutely insane. Look at that. 100% dead on. Such a cool dude. And we've got the Medicom Hush Catwoman, which was a figure I put off getting, as big a Catwoman fan as I am, of this particular look with the black outfit. I didn't want this one because there's only 1 or 2 real pictures online of this figure. When you're looking at it on eBay, it's always the same picture and it's not a very flattering one. So I put it off for a long time thinking it was garbage. Then I was up London at Forbidden Planet one day and I saw this in a display case for a ridiculous price, 3 times the price you can get it for, like on eBay. So I rushed home after seeing it in person and realizing that it was actually a really good looking figure. And I got it straight away and I've never regretted it. I have changed her boots, those aren't the ones you get with her. But she is a great looking piece. Great head sculpt too. Really nice detail, really clean, vibrant paint job. Great posability. Some really great hands as well. Great sort of cat claws. She comes with a different belt as well. Very nice. And here is Arkham City Batman by Hot Toys. One of the things you will hear most about this guy is how people are disappointed with the lack of posability. In fact, it's a thick rubber suit and you basically can't move him much. But the legs are pretty good. But the arms, that whole upper body situation, you're pretty limited. I mean, that's about as exciting as it gets, holding the Batarang like that. So I just love it though. I think it's a fantastic looking piece. It looks very, you know, if it was a real movie Batman, they certainly managed to bring it to life in a figure, even though it's just based on a video game. It does look very real, like a shrunk down real Batman. Details phenomenal. However, I have done pretty heavy repainting on this, weathering to all the armor. You can see various scuffs and scrapes, more so on his gauntlets there. See all the scrapes from where it's worn, and around there a little bit of silver on the brass knuckles as well, or the knuckle on the glove, whatever you want to call it. Also a black wash on the actual suit itself. Very clean when you first get it, so I just basically black washed and weathered with silver paint various parts of the armor. But lack of posability aside, a fantastic piece, and I don't regret getting him for 1 second. Great to have a Kevin Conroy Batman in the collection because he's pretty essential. He's probably one of the best Batmans of all time. Here is Snake. It was the sneaking suit version by Hot Toys, but I managed to gather all the parts I needed on eBay. Various bits and pieces. That sleeve you're seeing was actually the long sleeve black top that I used to use for Bane from the prologue of Dark Knight Rises. Look, I had to take it away so that I could finish this look for Snake. I love this figure. So glad to have this version of him in the collection. I love Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Absolutely classic game. And I love Snake, David Hayter, who voiced him. And I love this pose. Classic Snake. He's on the move, ready for action. Absolutely awesome piece. There is the Cumic Catwoman. It looks like Emma Willis. If you know God Awful Big Brother on the UK TV, and you know who Emma Willis is. And I think that looks like what Emma Willis would look like in a catsuit, which is fine with me. Excellent piece. Ish. You know, could have a better body. Outfit could be better as well. It's the head sculpt that does it for me. It's just stunning. Look at that. Beautiful green eyes. And the 1/4 scale Neca Batman Begins Batman. As I said, my favorite bat suit. Just look at the bulk, the fear factor. I need to get a different stand. Obviously that white ring around his leg is quite distracting and hideous, but it's all I got for now. Great posability, and because it's all a black suit, the joints are quite nicely, not hidden, but they don't really stand out because it's all black. And they just kind of follow the lines of the armor anyway. A great head sculpt. And I just turned him to the side so you can get some of that thickness of the neck. That's one of the main things I like about the Batman Begins suit, was how thick and animal-like the neck was, like a panther. Absolute beast mode. But I think one of Neca's best figures to date, and they have got some pretty a big list of best figures to date. The Spider Gremlin is something that I have, which that's something that's not on display at the moment. I need to find somewhere to put that. And the Alien Queen, their dog alien that came out recently, and this, and probably a whole bunch of other stuff that I've neglected to mention now. But Neca really do. They look after the fans, man. And the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as I say, they look fantastic. So looking forward to more from them.